Hi guys, it's Nancy, and this is my follow-up to Stamp Wars. And I just wanted to show you guys some different ways to use color bursts. So our sponsor was Contact Crafts, and they sent us some color burst 6-pack of brights, and they sent us some Pegs stamps. The Peg stamps are laser engraved and made here in the United States. You can see they come very nicely packaged, and you're going to get different fonts. And they're pretty neat because even though they're small, you can line up the letters. They have these little kind of clips that are magnetic and stick together, so you can line them up perfectly straight across, or you can go vertical with them as well. And this set, I believe, is called Papyrus Font. Okay, so I have those, and it has the uppercase, lowercase, and the numbers. And then I just grabbed some Canson watercolor paper. It's just, it's inexpensive. It's easy to get. And I'll show you guys a couple different ways. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my little spritz box. And this is just an old, packaging box from ordering a card kit or something. And I just have some paper towels in there. Now, the cool thing about color bursts is they come in these little spray plastic, how can I explain it? The way that it's distributed is it has a nice little cap at the top. So all you do is pull your little cap off. And these are highly pigmented watercolors, okay? They come in powder format and they also come in liquid format, okay? So I'm going to show you guys both. And the difference is this is already mixed up for you. And it has this beautiful colored mica in there. They have a number of different colors. I think there's 6 or 7 different sets of colors you can get without duplicating yourself. So there are quite a few. And then there is also water liquid color, where they take the color burst powder and they've already mixed it with the water, so it's a liquid watercolor. Now, how do you use these? Just like you would any other watercolor. With the liquid ones, you can just go right in with your paintbrush. With the powder ones, you can use a sprayer. And let me just show you what you can do here. I just realized I don't have a water cup. Let me get that and I will be right back. Okay, well, Leah has decided to borrow my watercolor cup, so we'll just have to figure something else out. No big deal. Anyway, all right, so the powders are very easy to use. You can just take some of that. Take the lid right off, and then a very little goes a long way, you guys. You just gently kind of sprinkle. Can you see the little powders going there? And I know it doesn't look like a lot, but believe me, a light little tap is all you need. These are very highly pigmented. We're going to spray some water on there, and you can see how that color just immediately pops and comes to life, right? So you can do it that way, where the powders go on first, and then you take your sprayer, or you can do it the other way. Maybe we spray and then we add the color. And you'll see the powder going. I probably didn't have enough water on there, but you can see how that is adding. They do mix together nicely. The ones that are the liquid watercolors, as I said, already have the liquid in there, so you can put these in a palette if you are a palette person, and you can do it that way, or again, you can add these direct, and you'll see that they immediately start to spread with the water. It's already mixed up for you. I think either one works the best way. The powdered ones are nice because you get these little granules of color that you can kind of see there. With the liquid, you don't get those granules. It's already been mixed up for you, so the granules are kind of a neat effect. And then, of course, like I said before, there are the metallics as well. Let's add some of those. And the biggest difference is that the metallics have that shine, that mica to them. You don't need to set these once they are on the paper and it dries, again, because this is a watercolor, it is already set for you. So you don't need to spray these or set these or do anything. It's already taken care of for you. So a number of different products they have in their line through Color Burst. You can find all these on Amazon. I will link the links down below for you, and a couple of different ways you can use them. And then, of course, you can let this air dry, or you can take a heat tool to it. So I'm going to move this aside, just a fun, colorful little background there. And we're going to do a couple of different things here. One, I want to show you guys how I like to do a resist with heat embossing. Now, also, if you're somebody who just likes to do like watercoloring, you can do that with them too. That's what they are, is they're highly pigmented watercolor papers. Okay, so here I have the brand new Tim Holtz Candles Peel Apart background stamp. And we are going to find the smooth side of this paper, which is this side here. And I'm just going to ink this up with some Versamark Clear Watermark ink, which is going to be nice and sticky. I'll put my background paper on there. Okay, and even though you can't see it, we have that ink on there. We're going to add some clear embossing powder to this. I have a giant jar of it. And I like to use ultra fine embossing folder when I'm doing this, because anytime you emboss a stamped image, this one has a lot of narrow lines in the artwork, the line work. So we want to make sure that that embossing powder fully coats all of those little lines. Okay, I think I have pretty good coverage there. Okay, I think I have that fully embossed. So, again, a couple ways you can do this is you can take a little bit of that and put it down on your palette. I mean, just a tiny, tiny dab, you guys. We can add some water to that. And we can go in with our paintbrush. And now we have a watercolor that I can just easily go in and paint my images. You can see how highly concentrated that color is. You can add more water to dilute it, or less water if you want it more concentrated, so very easy to do. The other thing we can do is what we were just doing before. Which is to put it in a box, spray it with some water, and then just add our colors. And it is water activated, so the more you add, the more it's going to move those colors, the more diluted they're going to get. If you want to add water spots when it's dry, just let it dry completely. Put some water on there. And I can do the same thing with the liquid ones. I do like to shake those up before I do that. And you may not see a lot, but believe me, it's there. And now we're just going to spray. Now, if there's anywhere you don't like the color, it's not enough movement for you, take your brush and move it. Spread it around. They will mix with each other so you can get different color combinations. You'll see this orange that I colored is kind of reactivating and moving along. I feel like I need a little bit more pink in here. Let's add some yellow. Brighten up this blue to a green. The yellow. And the embossing acts as a resist. So we have this fun background. And again, you can take the time if you wanted to watercolor each one in. Certainly, you could do that. But I can get this fun, colorful background just by using these watercolor crystals. And these are the ones that I used have non-shimmer. Again, if you want the shimmer, you would add the metallics, the liquid metallics. You can also add perfect pearls to this if you wanted to add shimmer. Ink on 3 has a pixie dust you can add if you wanted to add shimmer. You can leave it like that, and then you can let it dry or you can heat set it. There you can see how fun that looks. Again, here's without the heat resist, just putting some colors down. There you can see the granules and how cool they look. Here you can see some metallic coming through on that blue. There's a little bit of shimmer there. So this is the pink and the yellow were the powders, so you have those little granules, and they are activated. So if I go back in with a brush and I put some more water to them, I can activate and move those. The green is just already mixed, so that's just the liquid watercolors, and the blue was the metallic, so it has some shimmer mica in there. So different results depending on what kind of technique or method you use. And here you can see how fun that is with just watercoloring it, doing a resist, or just spraying it directly on there. And what a fun background. One more method I wanted to show you guys was using an embossing folder. So embossing folders are getting bigger. They're getting more elaborate. They're definitely really nice. Spellbinders has some new 3D ones, which are really long. And I just want to show you one of the things you can do is take the indented side of the embossing folder. And again, just watercolor with it. So I'm just going to color this one flower here. And you can go direct in with the powder. Whoop, that might be too much. And color that in. I'm going to use a little bit of water to help me out here. And depending on where you got those powders sprinkled or where you have your watercolor. Now this is going to give you a distressed look. It's not going to give you an exact look. But you could also do lighter colors and layer these. So I'll show you what I mean here. I'm not being real precise here. Just kind of laying down approximately where I want that color to be. Then I'm going to put my paper in there. This is that thick paper. I'm not going to spray this. You could, well, you know what? I am going to spray it. Spraying it will help it not only go through the embossing folder, but will help it with the colors moving around a little bit. Okay, I'm going to hold that pretty tight. I don't want it to move too much. Then with the Spellbinders Platinum system, you do need the universal plates, which will do the 3D folders. And we're going to use base platform A and platform D. Now, this is heavy watercolor paper, so I'm going to have to put some muscle into it. Let's see if I can get this through. There we go. Okay, let's see how we did. Okay, there you can see it. And again, remember, it's not perfect, but what did I say? It's water activated, right? So we're just going to use a little bit of water here. And now I can see my flower. I can see where my colors are. I still have some color on my brush. That's how concentrated it is. And now I can go in and reactivate those pigments and move them around on my embossing folder. Now, if you didn't pick up any of these and you want to try them out, they are in my Amazon shop, which I will have linked down in the description for you. But one of you will have a chance to win a set. I'm going to do a giveaway. So you're going to watch this video and you're going to comment, do you currently have any kind of pigment powders like this? And what is your favorite technique to use them? And if you don't have any, that's okay. Tell me what your favorite technique was, either that you saw from me or saw on Stamp Wars. If you missed Stamp Wars, I will link that down below. You can watch the replay on that. And someone will win a set of these pigment powders. Look how pretty that is. Now let's clean up my brush here a little bit. And let's say I want to add some green, and I want the regular liquid green here. This might be a little dark. So this is sea green, and it's already concentrated. One little dab there is all I'm going to use. I'm going to mix some yellow with it, some yellow ochre. One dab there. And if you bought the powdered ones and you want to make them a liquid, that's all you do is just mix them on a palette with some water. Now you can go direct to paper, or you can wet the paper first with your brush and then go in and add the colors and watch them kind of wick. It's a lot of fun to watch that happen. And because you're watercoloring it, no one expects that to be perfect. Watercolor is supposed to be free-flowing, very artistic. You just have fun with it. Okay, maybe I want to add a little bit of yellow. So we have liquid metals, yellow, gold. I don't know how much metallic came out of that. You should definitely shake those up. Now you can see the purple and the gold are starting to mix there, so I should be careful of that, but still. If there's something you don't like, you just take a paper towel, wet your paper towel, and then you can lift whatever you don't like. So if I don't like that center, look, because it's so purpley, see, I can lift that out and pretty much start over again. Very easy to clean up. A little soap and water. It will stain your hands, but a little soap and water will take it out, you guys. If you can't get it out with soap and water, use a little bit of rubbing alcohol or hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer works great. Okay, so now I want to go back in and I want to add that to be more gold. Shake this up a little better. There we go. Now you can see that metallic shine. And because I lifted out the other color, it's not as dark now. There we go. That looks pretty good. Now let me show you guys the Pegs stamps, because those were also part of Stamp Wars. And to clean your embossing folder, you just take a paper towel, spray it, and wipe it down. You'll be okay. Probably go in and get a couple prints off of there before you do that. Basically like a letter press, just pressing that color in. Look at that. Beautiful, highly concentrated color. Okay, so let me show you guys the stamps. Okay. And again, they have upper and lower cases. So I'm just going to spell out thanks. So we're going to start with the T. And I'm going to go vertical. Everybody else went horizontal. I'm going to go vertical to show you that this works this way as well. Okay. Maybe it doesn't. Well, I think I have to find the other letters to make them do that. T, H, A. There we go. I think I had them lined up the wrong way. N. Oh, did I forget K? I think I did forget K. Okay, here we go, K. K and S. Here we go. There we go. So they have these little notches, and then there's a notch on the bottom and on the top so they can connect. The same notches are on the side. So you can see you have the notches that stick out here and they go into the side. So you can line them up vertical or you can line them up horizontal. So let's just say, is this going to fit? I want to stamp thanks right there. It's lined up perfectly. You could definitely do one letter at a time if you wanted to, but this way I know it's lined up. I'm going to practice stamp it on a scrap piece of paper. Okay, I need a little bit more ink there. I'm just going to go straight down. You don't want to rock it. Just want to go straight down. Ta-da! Doesn't that look pretty? And they are high quality red rubber laser engraved, so you get the precise image you're supposed to get. They're easy to use, and they are manufactured here in the US. So all of the products that were provided were from Contact Crafts, and again, we want to thank Amy, the owner of Contact Crafts, for supplying these products. And I want to thank my special guest. I had Amanda from Pear Tree Blossoms, so make sure you check her out as well. I'll put all the links down below. Make sure you watch everyone else's follow-up videos because they're all going to do a little bit of a giveaway for you guys. Ciao, Stacy, Tracy, and T. And thanks for watching. If you had fun learning a little bit more about the color burst, let me know down below what you learned. If you've used these before, if this is your first time being exposed to them, I'd like to know. All the links will be down in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep on stamping. Bye.